Well, if you're thinking of Inniscorrish Island, that is where I was born and reared and brought up and lived on it until 4 years ago when I sold to a man called Pat Doherty, who has a butcher shop in Inniscorrish, and he rears black pigs on the island and sells his black bacon. I have often been asked what was it like growing up on an island, and while I was still living on the island I used to say it's a very hard thing for me to answer because it was a normal way of life to me and other islanders around at the time. But since I have left the island now and looking back, I can see that we had a completely different way of life, in a lot of senses anyhow, to other people. And it had its good moments, but it certainly had its hard moments as well, when you were contending with storms and trying to get cattle across for the fair and market and such jobs like that. The only thing I always felt about being an islander was that we had a craft that nobody else had. We could handle boats, we were skilled boatsmen, we had to be. And that was something we had over and above the countryman. And even as very small young boy growing up on the island, and my sisters, who were older than me, we would look out and we could tell an island man on the water, distinguish him from a mainlander, as we said. We'd say, yonder's a strange boat somewhere long down the loch, we'd see it. And then someone would take another look and say, well, it's not an islander anyhow. Would know be the way he was rowing or the position he was holding with the wind, etc. You know, we were skilled boatsmen, had to be. My wife's not an islander. She was from Dublin's fair city, where the girls are so pretty. She took to it like a fish to water. She liked it, but she didn't like being out on a stormy day. So this is a very, very stormy shore, and coming out from this at a stormy time, night or day, you could meet mountainous waves out there and the boat heaving and pouncing on them, and Sheila grabbing the gunwales and her in tears, and she'd say afterwards, I wouldn't have minded, only John was sitting in the back of the boat laughing. And I would say, well, Sheila, if John was crying, you would then have need to be afraid.